This video is about extinction of species. Species extinction is the total and irreversible extermination or disappearance of species from the face of Earth. So, in the strict sense, extinct species are those species with no living representatives anywhere in the world. There is another group of species which are extinct in the wild. Their surviving members are not present in their natural wild homes but are found only in captivity in museum or are exclusively under domestication or cultivation. So no population is everlasting due to natural catastrophes, climatic changes, epidemics, succession, and a host of other reasons. Every population ultimately dooms to extinction. At present, anthropogenic extinction of species occurs nearly 1,000 times faster than the natural rate of extinction. Also, it occurs far more rapidly than the evolution of new species. Once a population is reduced to below a certain number of individuals, that is below MVP, minimum viable population, by habitat loss, fragmentation of habitat, habitat degradation, etc., it may dwindle rapidly towards extinction. Schaeffer in 1981 has recognized four kinds of factors or variations which can contribute to species extinction. They are: first one is the demographic stochasticity, then the genetic stochasticity, then the environmental stochasticity. Which are the three factors? Demographic stochasticity, genetic stochasticity, and environmental stochasticity, along with natural catastrophes. Stochasticity means nothing else but probability or chance. Demographic stochasticity includes random variations in natality and mortality, which can lead to extinction by chance. Natality and mortality related extinction, which lead to the extinction of species by chance. Genetic stochasticity involves inbreeding and loss of genetic variations. What is demographic stochasticity? Demographic stochasticity includes random variabilities in natality and mortality, which can lead to extinction by chance. Genetic stochasticity involves inbreeding. There is inbreeding, which leads to problems, and loss of genetic variation as the causes of extinction. Environmental stochasticity means variations in weather and biotic factors, the causes for the decline of species. Variation in weather along with biotic factors. Variation in weather plus variation in biotic factors. That is something which is related with the environmental stochasticity. Natural catastrophes such as volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, floods, fires, etc. are believed to exterminate species together with small geographical ranges. It is true that not all extinctions are accidental chance events, and some are determined exclusively by inexorable and irreversible changes. Such extinctions are called deterministic extinctions, which are irreversible changes caused. They can be natural extinction by glaciation or anthropogenic extinction by deforestation, hunting, etc. These are the deterministic extinctions. Deterministic extinctions. These are not chance events. Deterministic extinction occurs mostly due to loss of habitat, removal of some essential resources from the environment, introduction of some lethal substances or harmful organisms into the environment, etc. Three types of species extinction can be organized, namely natural extinction. First one is the natural extinction, mass extinction, then the anthropogenic extinction. First one was the natural extinction. It is the gradual evolutionary or successional elimination of species by nature. Nature will eliminate those species which are unfit or unsuccessful in a changing environment or in the struggle for existence. Natural extinction is a normal biological phenomenon taking place as a part of organic evolution and ecological succession. Species vanish forever from the stage of evolutionary drama, never to return but simply to be replaced by a new species. In a changing environment or in the struggle for existence, the least adapted species disappear and the more adapted ones survive. In other words, nature eliminates the unfit or unsuccessful species and preserves the fittest one. The natural elimination of species occurring in the evolutionary history of life is called background extinction. What is the term? Background extinction. It is a term called background extinction. It is a very slow process. Natural extinction is a slow process. The main causes for natural extinction fall under four major categories, namely population risk, environmental risk, population risk, environmental risk, genetic risk, and natural catastrophes. First one is the population risk. What is the population risk? This includes abnormal variation in natality and mortality. അതിന് നമ്മൾ എന്താ നേരത്തെ വിളിച്ചിരുന്നത് ഡെമോഗ്രഫിക് സ്റ്റൊക്കാസ്റ്റിസിറ്റിയിലാണ് natality and mortality related death happening. So that is the first point, that is the population risk. This includes abnormal variations in natality and mortality. These variations cause the low abundance species to go extinct. This is especially true to the species which consist of only a single population in one habitat or area. Next is the environmental risk. This includes natural variations in the abiotic and biotic environment. These variations in all probability may lead to the extinction of isolated or rare species. The third major point is nothing else but the genetic risk. This includes the harmful genetic variations in a small population due to unfavorable mutation, genetic drift, etc. Such variations would adversely affect the survival value and would make the population vulnerable to local extinction. Which are the three major points? Population risk is happening, which is related to the abnormal variations in natality and mortality. Then the environmental risk, that is something related with the abiotic and biotic environment change. Then the genetic risk, which is easily shown as the mutation, unfavorable mutations, and genetic drifts. Such variations would adversely affect the survival value and would make the population vulnerable to local extinction. Next major point is the natural catastrophes. Natural catastrophes such as flash floods, wildfires, storms, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions are often cause the local extinction of most forms of life. But this natural extinction process is the eradication of the unfit species, but this is a slow process, very slow process. Okay, so the next major type of extinction was the mass extinction. This is the sudden, large scale or massive disappearance of large groups of many prominent species after many million years of successful and widespread existence. The popular notion was that geological catastrophes such as drastic climate change, global cooling, and glaciation, volcanic eruptions, steep fall in sea level, loss of vegetation, and consequent desertification Collision of meteorites, meteorites and other interstellar bodies with Earth, etc., were responsible for such extinction episodes. The reason might be that the gaps and discontinuities in the fossil record often coincide with mass extinctions. However, little is definitely known about the exact geological periods of some of these episodes, and less is known about the mechanisms responsible for these mysteries. Of the 2,500 odd families of animals known from the fossil record, only about one third are now existing. Most of the others dropped out, leaving no descendants, and a few evolved to new forms of life. There is little fossil evidence for the mass extinction of plants, and fossil record reveal practically no correlation between major changes in fauna and flora in the geological history. Which are the major points? Most of the mass extinctions have affected many unrelated groups of organisms in a variety of life zones. Also, they have occurred mostly at the ends of Cambrian, Ordovician, Devonian, Permian, Triassic, and Cretaceous times. Cretaceous times. So they mostly occurred at the ends of the Cambrian period, Ordovician period, Devonian period, Permian period, Triassic, and Cretaceous times. It is generally held that during the past 500 million years, five major episodes of mass extinction have been staged on Earth. The first one probably occurred some 440 million years ago, sweeping out from Earth and nearly 85% of the marine animal species. The second one occurred nearly 367 million years ago, taking a huge toll of many species of fishes and nearly 70% of marine invertebrates. The third one occurred at or near the close of the Permian period, about 245 million years ago. Nearly half of the known families of organisms all over the world became extinct in a geologically short period of 10,000 years. This was perhaps the worst episode of mass extinction. A compensating level of animal diversity was not reported until about 50 to 20 million years later in the Triassic. The fourth mass extinction happened nearly 208 million years ago with the disappearance of many species of land mammals and majority of marine organisms. The fifth one and the best known extinction episode was stated at the end of the Cretaceous period, nearly 65 million years ago, when dinosaurs and more than 50% of land animal species, nearly 50% of marine animal species become extinct. 50% of the land animal species got extinct, and 15% of marine animal species become extinct during the Cretaceous period, the mass extinction of dinosaurs. At present, mankind is living under the pervasive fear that our planet is heading fast for the sixth mass extinction, which would be worse than all the previous ones with a near total devastating effect. The major contributing factor for this is certainly the cumulative effect of all the anti nature activities of mankind right from his very emergence on Earth. Schaffer in 1981 has recognized four major kinds of factors which can contribute to species extinction. They are the demographic stochasticity, genetic stochasticity, environmental stochasticity, and natural catastrophes. So, Cambrian geological mass extinction was there, Ordovician was there, Silurian was there, Devonian period, Carboniferous period, Permian period, Triassic, Jurassic, Crustaceans, Tertiary and Quaternary period was also there, but only some extinctions happened. The Ordovician, Devonian, Permian, Triassic, Cretaceous, Pleistocene period. All these are the mass extinctions. When the Ordovician first mass extinction was happened in the Ordovician period, with 50% of animal families got extincted, and second mass extinction was in Devonian period, 30% of animal families got extincted, and third mass extinction was in Permian period, with 50% of animal family extinction, including 90% marine species extinction. Triassic period witnessed the fourth mass extinction. Fifth mass extinction was in the Cretaceous period. Ruling reptiles and many marine habitat species got extincted. During the Pleistocene period, minor extinction happened. With that, large mammals and birds got extinct. Now, we have learned which are the four categories of factors which can contribute to species extinction. Which are they? The demographic stochasticity, genetic stochasticity, and the environmental stochasticity, along with natural catastrophes. Demographic stochasticity includes random variations in natality. Demographic stochasticity includes random variations in natality and mortality, which can lead to extinction by chance. Genetic stochasticity involves inbreeding and loss of genetic variation as the cause of extinction. Environmental stochasticity implies variations in weather and biotic factors are the cause for the decline of species. Natural catastrophes such as volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, floods, fires, etc. are believed to exterminate species together with small geographic ranges. Next major one is the anthropogenic extinction. This is the extinction of species occurring in a short period of time due to human activities. It may result in the drastic depletion of biodiversity, upsetting the balance of nature. Man has long been responsible for the extinction of many species and the depletion of biological resources. Stone Age hunters are believed to have been responsible for the extermination of several species of animals and mammals in Eurasia and North and South Americas during the Pleistocene period, some 20,000 years ago. Mastodons, mammoths, giant bisons, ground sloths, and early horses and camelids all disappeared from North America at the time when man first appeared there. The current rate of anthropogenic extinction is 1,000 to 10,000 times faster and greater than that of background extinction. According to the data recorded by the World Conservation Monitoring Center, more than 530 species of animals, mostly vertebrates, and more than 380 species of plants, mostly flowering plants, have become extinct since 1600 AD. So, in the Pleistocene period, mastodons, mammoths, giant bisons, ground sloths, and early horses and camelids got extinct. Mastodon, mammoth, giant bison, ground sloths, and early horses, along with camelids, they got extinct due to human intervention in the Pleistocene period from South America.